So let's go ahead and see what Leland has to say here. To gather the virgins to Shushan. Here his role as officer. So, guys, I want to just... All right, he's going to talk about how he's gathering the virgins. And remember how Klecks was talking about how Eve had sex with the virgins and the angels. That's why they came down to heaven to have sex with the virgins. This guy's going to tell you that he's wrapping up the virgins. And he's going to tell you about angels that you're going to see. So he's getting you prepared. And he's also calling himself an officer. So it's just and he's also calling himself the Son of Man. But I got to give it to Klecks and Steve. They're the two top. Like, these other ones they're all like imitators of them.
Share a little bit with you, a little bit about, my role and what it is I'm doing. I might just seem to you like, oh, just some other person talking end times on YouTube. But it's important that you understand that I'm telling you the truth. I'm giving you the right interpretation. And I'm giving you orders. I'm giving you instructions.
See, I'll tell you, I'm giving you my private interpretation. I don't know if it's right or not. I just hit or miss, hot or cold. I'm not lukewarm.
I'm going to explain a little bit of my role as an officer before the courts of the Most High God. You'll see that there were officers that went out to the 127 provinces and Shushan to gather the virgins. So that's what I'm doing. So between right now, when I post this video, shortly wrapping up unleavened bread in the Passover season, we have...
I don't really know this guy, but I do know Nick. Well, I don't know him, but I appreciate his work. And he's talked about this guy before, and it's just interesting to see another one that's in on it, that knows about the holographic images. They know that they're looking to round up the 144 virgins, which they're not literal virgins.
Now until the 6th month to gather the virgins to Shushan in the palace, and then begins Esther's year of preparation. Okay, so guys, I have a new playlist called Esther's Preparations. All right, and in it, I'm going to be sharing things about how to prepare. What does this mean? I'm going to give you some practical things as well, because I know for a lot of you, you don't really, you can hear the water, but you can't hear His voice in the water. So how do you hear from God? How do you?
And then he talks about sitting, him and the other guy, every day. What you need to do is sit down, pour a cup of coffee for the Lord, and give him a cup. It's like play tea party, Sit down, have a cup, and talk to God and ask him how his day was, because like God needs you to ask him how his day is, like he has a bad day.
Begin to pick up on the different things, because all kinds of stuff is going to happen with you guys. You're going to have...
See, all kinds of stuff's going to happen to you guys. Now, listen to what's going to happen. Where you're going to see, like angels.
In the water. So how do you hear from God? How do you, begin to pick up on the different things? Because all kinds of stuff is going to happen with you guys. You're going to have strange coincidences, because the angels are working very hard to get you ready.
See, he's pushing the angels.
To get your attention, but you're just kind of...
They're going to get your attention because Klecks has the images of angels ascending and descending. This is the fallen man, a journey to identify the fallen man from one of the 9/11's most startling images. I mean, that one there is obviously an image, but what they're showing you here, that's, well, I mean, if you, let me see. Let me try to turn it upside down. Let me get, what happened? I hate when it does that. So if you can get, I mean, let's take this guy here. Here he is. Okay. So let's take him in this image as he's fallen, and then just, I don't know, like turn him upside down. Let's see if it looks any different. Oh, hey, here's what I wanted to show you. Look at this here. This is like the Michelangelo video. Of course, it ain't coming in clear, but see how they're drooping over each other.
In the center of the city is the Basilica of St. Peter.
Is William Penn building.
The true symbol of Christianity in every part of the globe.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, well, yeah, Christianity as we know it.
Close to the Basilica are the corridors of the Vatican Museum that attract 4 million visitors every year from all over the world. A marvelous journey that ends in one of the greatest treasures of all time, the Sistine Chapel. Inaugurated in 1483 by Pope Sixtus IV. Inaugurated in 1483.
Oh, wait. Go back. I like it.
By Pope Sixtus. Inaugurated in 14.
You turn it the other way, like that. Right there. I'm just saying it's the whole point is to, you know, like, why is the guy falling from here anyway? It's over here. The building's over here. It's just Klecks' way of showing you, rubbing it in your face, that those angels that were ascending and descending but these ones are holographic images that fell from heaven. The second one, they plan on making the second one even better.
1483 by Pope Sixtus IV. The chapel was to represent all the majesty of the Roman Church. The most famous painters of the era were called to paint the walls, but the Sistine is well known to be the symbol of one of the giants of the art of all times, Michelangelo Buonarroti. Michelangelo was 30, but he was already one of the greatest artists of the time. When Pope Julius II...
In other words, Klecks is like the modern day Michelangelo.
asked him to decorate the Sistine, the world's largest frescoed ceiling, 12,917 square feet, an almost impossible task. The greatest challenge for an artist who had always made his obsession with greatness. Weeks of hard work began, painting that tended as much as possible to the art that Michelangelo preferred most.
I'm not buying it.
Sculpture.
Just not buying it.
In the original sin, Eve's guilt is represented in the crudity
I know, it's
of
not
her
possible,
physical
right?
appearance.
No way.
Definitely abolish all the peaceful prospects of the ceiling. In the scene, the bodies float heavenly in the air without wings, and even eliminated in the angels. An uninterrupted, rotating motion full of tension. The provocative nakedness of the figures themselves is another proof of Michelangelo's inflexibilities to bend to the demands of the pontiff.
I'm checking in. I've been trying to get to videos for days, but the Lord is literally driving my schedule. On that thing I'm building, you know, the thing He told me to build, and the artwork He told me to put in it?
Yep. Fallen angels. Angels ascending and angels descending.
Yeah. So anyway, he's literally been driving.
See, he even agreed.
I don't know what's going on. But then you're gonna see things like, huh, what is this? What is that? So that's why I talk so much about the angels, because it's the order of those angels in the courts of heaven that I sit in. And I'm gonna get orders. I'm gonna say, hey, this is it.
I mean, he must really have an audience of. I mean, if you actually believe and listen to this guy, you can't tell immediately that this is a low level officer. Then you're just going to be blinded by him.
A lot of it, I'm going to tell you to repent, and the stuff that is
because he's basically talking to you like children.
That you're doing is wrong, and you probably won't listen to me at first until you get some negative judgments. Then you're going to say, oh, okay, maybe I should not do that anymore because there are curses coming on.
Curses coming on, not persons. Maybe you shouldn't do that anymore because curses are coming on. Now, what do you think that they're pushing with Donald Trump putting curses on him? Once his airplane does drop from the sky, and that rumor does happen that he died for 3 days, he's in the belly of the fish, then people that follow him, they're going to believe it. They're going to believe that they can just create some kind of witchcraft spell, and it will immediately take effect. Therefore, you might not want to be doing the things that you're doing because a curse is going to come on you.
You probably won't listen to me at first until you get some negative judgments.
Until Donald Trump falls from the sky. And then
you're going to say, oh, okay, maybe I should not do that anymore because there are...
Yeah, like worship my own God 3 times a day.
Our curses coming on.
So if you saw his body language in this video, he really believes that he's giving you the right interpretations to the timing and these events.
I'm going to have to disagree with you, Nick. He doesn't believe that he's giving you the right interpretation. He knows he's a flat-out liar.
In my other videos regarding him, he's lying.
Well, there you go. You got that right.
Delusional, and he's wrong. He talked about there being a 6th seal happening, and I explained that in my video that he really did think that the 6th seal was this earthquake in Los Angeles a couple of...
Nope. But the 5th one, I understand the 5th one happened, but the 6th, not yet. Here goes.
And there's actually 2 places where it talks about the new name in the over.
Here goes the reference to Philadelphia.
One is the white stone, and one is the name of New Jerusalem. I believe it's to the church at Philadelphia. And it says, he will grant his new name, Yeshua's new name, the name of the city, which is New Jerusalem. And that is another new name. So I encourage you to ask for your new name. Ask for your new name.
The Vatican, and it is everywhere you go inside the Vatican, you will always see this dragon all over the place. I mean, think about it. It's supposed to be a Christian institution, and yet they adorn the dragon everywhere inside the Vatican. And it's almost like, it's in the belly of the beast. You got the crown right here, the 2 keys, and of course the keys, as any historian will tell you there at the Vatican, and I'm talking about Catholic historians, they say that represents both temporal and spiritual powers. They believe that the Pope of Rome has the keys that controls all the governments of the world and all the spiritual religions of the world. That's their belief.
So, here he is explaining Klecks in a nutshell.
So they worship the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Revelation 13:4. And don't forget, it's also in Revelation 13:3, where it spoke about that dragon to start with. Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him? No, not Vladimir Putin. I'm not speaking about there, but Putin does make an interesting quote right here. He says, I think that only an insane person and only in a dream can imagine that Russia would suddenly attack NATO. Because why? Putin knows that the beast is spoken of in the book of Revelation. And it says, who is able to make war with him? Putin has spoken about these things many times. Anyway, he stated that quote. It was quoted by RT on June 6, 2015. Quoted by RT on June 6, 2015 is where you can find that. Also, I think of this one here. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Now, as you can see, I actually took this photo of the Pope of Rome as well. So can't nobody say that I'm using somebody else's photos. I have about 200 photos I've taken of him myself. Anyway, it says, warning, Pope Francis calls for one world religion.
So Steve wants to pick up on the Donald Trump being attacked by thousands of witches now all of a sudden because, well, he has his own reasons, but I've heard about it and I'm making mention about it and then telling you that the witches, they're going to start getting more power. Because the event is going to happen. Something's happening to Trump. the sabotage, and it's going to make witchcraft that much more stronger because you're going to believe it if you don't understand that it's more, in my opinion, witchcraft is more about what you believe. How you believe is what you're going to be and feel, and if you're affected by certain negative energy that you believe, you're going to feel that negative energy.
Calling Jesus a failure, blasphemy. That was reported by prophecynews.tv. Actually, their link is even in the article here, but we'll be posting those links in the description below. So
Christ
they're
didn't
saying
fail.
he's even blaspheming. And the scripture does say, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy. So they accused the Pope of blasphemy already. That's not even me having to do that. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints. Now, that's an interesting one right there, because that's exactly what the Pope is doing. He leads the United Nations. Remember, the very flag that he flies over the Vatican, all over these pictures, those double keys there, saying...
Basically, he's just the face of the Vatican. And then here's the Vatican. And Pope is just a face. He's just the famous face.
That he has the power, both temporal and spiritual powers of the world. He controls all the governments and all the religious institutions of the world. No wonder why all these different churches have come back in. And recently, Pope was there in Sweden there to do what? To bring back the Lutherans into the fold as well.